Hello everyone, this is your friendly neighborhood Warlock, and I'm here to give you guys my review of the Razer Panthera Arcade stick. Now, I just wanted to let you guys know that this is the very first review video that I've ever done. But the experience that I had transitioning over from the gamepad to a fight stick has been so awesome and so rewarding that I really just wanted to share this with everyone. I know I'm gushing right now, but it's like this is a really good fight stick. I'm really proud of my purchase. And I just want to give you guys all the notes that I have on it, I'm gonna give you everything, the positives and the negatives, because you know it's not perfect, and the only thing I have to compare for this fight stick is just my experience at the arcade growing up, because I've never owned a fight stick before. So this is gonna be a review from the perspective of someone who's never owned a fight stick before, but that's okay. I mean, I know that for some people you might find this useful, right? Another thing I wanted to let you guys know is that I will be uploading this video to both my YouTube channel and to the Twitch channel as well. So if you're following me on Twitch or if you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, you'll be able to find it on either one. Without any delays now, let's go ahead and head on to the review. Now, I'm going to divide this video into 5 parts. First will be why I decided to buy a stick. Second is why I decided on this stick. Third will be the things I like about this stick. Fourth, the things I don't like about this stick. And finally, a conclusion where I give you my final thoughts. The first reason why I decided to buy a fight stick is because of Dragon Ball FighterZ. This game is really amazing and has rekindled that love I had for fighting games. In addition, I noticed that most decent to good players, at least the ones I consider to be good, were using sticks. Now, I understand that switching over from a pad to a stick isn't going to automatically make you go from trash to god tier. In reality, there's no real advantage to using a stick over a pad. In fact, for most people, if you're already used to using a gamepad, then switching to a stick isn't going to be easy. It's going to take some practice and time in order for you to develop the muscle memory for it to feel like second nature, and even more practice and time to be in fighting shape. That means relearning the basics such as proper hand placement and character movement, to executing special moves and combos, to then putting it all together and being able to use it against an opponent without thinking about what you're doing. It's like that old saying, you must learn to crawl before you can walk, so don't even think about running yet. But I digress. Another reason why I decided to make the move to a fight stick is because of one of my favorite Twitch streamers / YouTuber, Maximilian Dood. If you really like fighting games, you should really check out his channel. Anyway, Max made a video where he talked about sticks versus pads, and a lot of the things he said really resonated with me, especially when he mentioned the nostalgia feels when using a stick. Some of the fondest memories of my childhood were playing video games at the arcade, where fighting games were king. I spent a great deal of time at the arcade while growing up, so I was already very familiar with the style and knew what to expect. In short, a combination of my desire to be better at a game I really enjoy, plus Maximilian Dood's video, as well as those great memories from my childhood, are all the reasons why I decided to make this switch. Okay, so I decided to get a fight stick. The question is, which one? There are so many choices out there, and prices range anywhere from around $40 to over $300. I also learned that most sticks are relatively easy to modify and improve. I mean, at this point, I didn't even know what Sanwa buttons and sticks were, and why they were considered to be good. I quickly learned that overall this was the best brand of parts to get. I read a lot of reviews before I buy something, as well as watch a lot of videos. So before I knew it, I narrowed down my choices to 3. The Dragon and the Obsidian by Quamba, and the Panthera by Razer. The Dragon seemed like the perfect choice at first. It had everything I was looking for and then some, but the price was kinda steep. Being priced at $250 on Amazon at the time I was making my decision. The Obsidian, made by the same company, had a lot of the same features I was looking for and was basically a cheaper version of the Dragon, coming in at about $185. The Panthera, however, was sitting in the middle at $196. I found the Panthera to be a good mix between the Dragon and the Obsidian. It has the same sandwich sticks and buttons like the other two, and just like the Dragon, it could be opened easily to access the inside and modify without voiding the warranty. On that, the Obsidian fell short because it was harder to modify since you needed to actually unscrew it from the bottom, and by doing so, you will void the warranty on it. So, I took the middle road and got the Panthera. And really, all I'm missing out on is some LED lights and an audio jack that, while nice, I'm never really going to use. Those two things don't really justify an extra $50 for the Dragon. But hey, if money isn't really an issue for you, then more power to you. Let's talk about the things I like about this fight stick. First, let's talk about the build quality. Man, this thing feels solid. You don't have to worry about being too rough with it. It feels really sturdy. The case is made of this strong, durable plastic and aluminum. On that note, it's also very heavy. I would say anywhere from 8 to 10 pounds. So when you place it on your lap, it won't move around. A few people might be turned off by the weight and size of this fight stick since it is kinda large. Example, I have an old style PS4 and this stick is actually a little bit bigger than the console in my opinion. However, for me that's not a real issue since I'm a big guy and I have plenty of real estate on my lap. It is also worth mentioning that the bottom of the stick is covered with this rubber-like material that keeps it from moving if you place it on the desk or on the floor. Another really nice feature. Moving on to the actual stick. It comes with a Sanwa JLF arcade stick, which has a square gate. I personally knew I wanted to mod mine, so when I ordered it, I also ordered an octa gate. I did try the stick with the original gate and it still performed pretty good. The octa gate just makes it easier to execute certain moves, but both feel great in my opinion. And we'll talk a little bit more about modding later. Overall, the stick is really fast and responsive. It feels very smooth when performing special moves and combos. Next, let's talk about the buttons. Like the aforementioned stick, Razer used real Sanwa arcade buttons. And guys, they really feel like arcade buttons. They are responsive, clicky. I just love the noise they make. It comes with 8 30mm buttons on top and 2 24mm buttons on the right hand side. These are your start, options, and select share buttons. On the control panel we'll find things like the PlayStation button as well as the L3 and R3 button. Also we'll find the touchpad, which is very useful from when you're using practice mode. And we have switches that allow you to switch from different game modes, including a tournament switch which locks off all the other functions and leaves you with just the stick and the main buttons. That way if you're fighting in a tournament, then you don't accidentally get yourself disqualified by accidentally hitting pause or resetting the game. Since I do most of my gaming on PC, I always have it on the default PS4 mode. At this point I would like to mention a quick con for PC players. Yes, this stick works with PC, but you have to download the latest firmware from Razer and also mess with some of the controller settings in Steam. It's not a major negative, especially if you're a PC gamer, then you're used to updating hardware and software and you should have some basic knowledge on how to troubleshoot your machine. Next, let's talk about modding. You can press the button with the Razer logo in front of the case to have easy access to the inside components. This is such a great feature. They truly made this with modding in mind. Now, the way that I see it, this is a pretty great stick out of the box, but why not truly make it your own? In my case, not only did I change the gate from a square to an octo gate, I also changed out the stock retention spring for one that has a bit more tension. There was nothing wrong with the way it felt before, but again, like I mentioned, why not make it your own? Being able to access the internals with a push of a button is a great touch. It even comes with a small Phillips flathead screwdriver. It even includes a bat top in case you prefer that over the ball top. And before I forget, notice the gas strut on the left hand side. This helps keep the top panel open so you have your hands free while working inside. They also included this really helpful diagram that helps you identify what cable goes to which button. Inside, you will also find a compartment for your USB cable. Since I don't travel anywhere with my stick, I just use it to store spare parts. The USB cable looks really sturdy and resistant to damage. It comes in at 13 feet long and has a screw lock for a secure connection. Very nice. Okay, so now I would like to talk about the things I don't like, or the things that could have been better. The last thing I was talking about was the USB cable. Even though it feels like top quality, there are two negative things I have to say about it. One, the way it comes out of the back of the case, one has to be careful not to accidentally bump into something. I think with enough accidents, you could potentially mess it up no matter how well built it is. And that segues into the second negative thing I have to say about it. Unfortunately, this cable is proprietary to Razer and is not sold separately. So if you break it or lose it, you will essentially have to purchase a whole new Fi Stick. And that segues into yet another negative thing I have to say about the Fi Stick, and that is the price. It's basically $200, and that could be a lot of money for some people. But then again, you do get what you pay for, and this stick is top quality, even with the negatives. The only other major con for some people is the artwork. Not that it's bad artwork, but if you don't like Razer's logo or the color blue, or you just want to make it your own, you have to jump through some hoops in order to change it. For some people, this might be a deal breaker. Back in 2016, when the Panthera first came out, it was more of a problem, but today you do have some options if you want to change the artwork. In my case, while I do like the original look of the Panthera, I do want to fully customize it, and that includes the artwork. I found a website called focusattack.com. Through their website, you can submit your artwork for printing, and they will also sell you the replacement plexiglass and screws. They even have instructional videos on the whole process, and honestly, it's not even hard at all. They also sell all sorts of custom parts like different color buttons and ball tops, and the list goes on. In my case, since I love Dragon Ball FighterZ and I love the character Vegito, the new DLC just introduced that character, so I already ordered my custom Vegito blue artwork. I'm super excited. Quick note, the artwork that I found isn't mine, it belongs to a guy named Oldfield. I found it online on Twitter and I thought it looked really sick. I just want to mention that because he does really awesome work and I wanted him to get all the credit that he deserves. So for the conclusion, in case you can't tell already, I love this Fi Stick. I know it's the first one I've ever owned, but it feels great. I really get all the nostalgia feeling that Max mentioned in his video. We'll leave a link to that video down below for you guys. Now the question is, should you get a fight stick? Yes, you should try it. Is it for everyone? No, it's most definitely not. In my case, I spent a lot of time at the arcade growing up, so I knew what to expect. If you want to get into fight sticks, I recommend getting something a little cheaper, like the Quamba Drone or the Mayflash 300 or 500. You can make modifications on those as well, and when you feel that you're ready to upgrade to a more quality stick, then do. However, if you're like me and you know for a fact that you're going to love that arcade feel, you know that you're at home playing at the arcade, would I recommend this stick? Yes, absolutely. It already has a lot of the quality components out of the box and the ability to mod. If I had to give it a score, I would say a 9 out of 10. Take 1 point away for my concern with the USB cable and how that would easily make you spend another $200. It's a big point, but I feel that if you spend that kind of money, I would hope that you're going to take good care of it. Anyway guys, that is my review. I hope this video was entertaining as well as educational. Don't forget to leave a like or dislike as well as your comments. If you want to see more of my content, subscribe to my YouTube and Twitch channels. You will find me mostly on Twitch, where I stream whatever I feel like playing. Probably some Dragon Ball FighterZ. This has been Warlock Skeep, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.